Welcome to episode 13 of Midweek Musings. Today we're officially a teenager in weeks. Anyway, I just want to congratulate last week's winners of the Cutaway Competition. So we had lots of winners last week. So look, to be honest with you, I haven't had many replies until last week. So I decided I'd just get everyone a chocolate who replied. So I want to congratulate Ros Hall, Wendy Horsfield, Ross Lowe. They all got the street right. And of course, I reckon she's our overall champ, Eliza Collins, who gets back to me quickly with the right street every time. This week I thought I'd up the ante, so I've got two streets, and you have to get them both to get the chocolate. So if you can get both streets and email me to this address, leave it up for a little while, as soon as possible. Maybe the first 5 will get a chocolate. How's that sound? So I'll organise, make sure that gets to you. There's someone here. That's convenient because I've got another competition. Just be back in a sec. That was someone called Elizabeth Bennett at the door. Now, how this competition works is every now and then I'll sneak in a reference to a show or a movie or something, maybe through a character, and if you can tell me the sneaky reference and what film or book I might be referring to, just let me know through email and I'll get back to you, and there's maybe a chocolate in it for you as well. Wait a sec, I'll just check that wasn't Mr. Bingley. Oh no, it was just a bloke called Darcy. So stay tuned. Now this week we've got a whole lot of interesting stuff for you. We've got the EBC Profiles back. So we've got Joy Jagannathan and Xu Bao and Lili. They're going to tell us a bit about themselves. And we're continuing with our awesome segment, Legendary Morning Tea Recipes. So again, we'd encourage you to cook them up. Eat them at Sunday when you gather with some others maybe, or your small group. Enjoy them, or perhaps cook them up and drop them to someone else. My mother-in-law made the banana choc muffins last week, Gwen Frost, and they were delicious. A few brownie points from the mother-in-law, I hope, in that little comment. Anyway, we'll see. Probably just blew it, didn't I? Anyway, welcome to Midweek Musings.
My name is Xu Bao.
My name is Lili.
I'm working as a full-time technical support engineer for Splunk, dealing with big data.
I spend most of my days working as an educator in KU Isabel Paulsford Preschool.
I spend most of my days as a postgrad student studying exercise rehab.
During the pandemic period, I developed how to play harmonica.
My isolation hobby is to try different recipes, especially baking. I baked a lot of bread during my isolation, so you can see we both put weight on.
My favourite isolation hobby is waking up to the smell of my mum's cooking, staying in my pyjamas for the whole day, hanging out with family and doing some yoga with Jewel. What made me walk through the doors of EBC was that EBC was the first church my family found when we moved here, and what's helped me stay is the people that I've gotten to know over the years and having the opportunity to grow up with them over the years.
Yeah, during this period, I learned that I think one song's lyrics can describe this very well, and that is, we are one, we are many. I think we live in one world, and eventually, like this pandemic, gonna impact each of us, no matter where you are. And as to each individual, and I think we should value what we have at the moment, and it's so fragile. With this, compared to the pandemic, life is so fragile.
During this special time, I really learned life can be slowed down, and I really enjoyed it. I spent quality time with my family, and I also learned to practice my gratitude. There are so many things I can be thankful for, like the beautiful garden God created, and all the relationships between my friends and me. Yeah, I think that's it.
Over the years, the difference Jesus has made in my life is that he's taught me to rely on his strength for all my challenges.
I'm still on the journey of strengthening my faith, and Jesus opened another window for me through the different lens of compassion, forgiveness, and peaceful. I see the world in a different perspective, different view. And I also like to continue the journey because of so many people like Jesus. I call it Jesus-like people in the church. Encourage me, support me, help me, and even, not only me, but my family as well. So I really like to continue my journey to strengthen my faith.
I think for me, Jesus teach me how to be patient and how to love others. I'm a self-driven person, but Jesus teaches me whatever difficulty I'm facing, I can always turn to Jesus and share my worries, share my joy, and he's always there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Hi everyone. It's great to be with you today in this segment that I've called Baking with Howie. Now, Baking with Howie is a new segment for even Howie, but I hope you enjoy it. Today we're going to make a chocolate caramello slice. It's one I've made for church morning teas every now and then. It's nice and simple. There's 4 ingredients. No, I think there's 5. 5 ingredients because one is optional. But the best part about there's no baking, it's just fridging and slicing. So let's enjoy baking with Howie. So here are the steps. The recipe's found below. You get the butter and the chocolate and you put it in a microwave container and microwave it as per the recipe. While you're doing that, grab the packets of arrowroot biscuits and in your blender or processor just crunch them into tiny little pieces. Once they're done, once the butter and chocolate are melted, mix the butter and chocolate together, pour in the biscuits, then pour in your tin of condensed milk. Now the recipe itself that's listed here is actually just 1 serving, but I've doubled it because why not use a whole tin of condensed milk rather than leave half and I'd have to have it in front of the TV. So that's the next step. Simple as that. Now the observant among you will notice there's a few changes. No, it's not that I've taken off my jumper because I'm too hot and stressed by the cooking episode. But you'll notice that in the recipe it says 250 grams of caramello chocolate, Cadbury. Now, I went looking, and one, they don't make 250 gram caramello chocolate anymore. It's 180 gram, it's $5 for that. So I went for, as you saw in the photo at the beginning, Nestle Rolo, 200 grams. And because I've doubled the recipe, I need 500 grams, but they only come in 200 grams, had to buy 600, which means at the end, there's going to be some left over. Anyone's guess what'll happen with that? Now you'll see that what we do is we press the ingredients all together in I think it's called a Lamington tin. That's what I'm going to call it. And you press it in, and once it's all flat, you sprinkle it with coconut. Now, coconut is optional. If you don't like coconut, you don't need coconut. So I don't like coconut, so I won't be using coconut. But what you can do is sprinkle it on top and make it all very pretty and attractive. I might actually make one without and one with, just to spoil you rotten. So now that you've got the slice in the tin, the next step is to put it somewhere. Nice and safe, nice and cool. Yes, it's behind me, my fridge. But you put it in your fridge, not my fridge. And enjoy that. And then once it's nice and cold, you slice it, put it in a container, and eat it. Now there's only one thing left that I have to do. Now, as I said, there's one more step. Now, I'm not going to show you how to cut up your slice into nice pretty little squares because you can do that yourself. And you can be as creative as you like. You can use cookie cutters as well if you want to. They're really nice shapes. But the one thing that's the most important step, which is very important when you're cooking with Howie, is this. Eating the leftover Rolo. Bye for now.